Hello everybody, we're going to move through a fairly dynamic, fairly strong Vinyasa. We're going to be targeting the hips and somewhat into the shoulders as well. So find yourself in a comfortable seat and let's start from there. Go ahead and shut down your eyes once you've found this seated position. Could be cross-legged or kneeling. And we'll just take a moment to settle. And let's encourage that with a nice deep, long breath in. And a gentle releasing breath out. Consciously relaxing through your eyes and your shoulders. Jaw, tongue, lips. And then also down into the belly. And start to bring a real level of sensitivity to your body. A sense of intimacy. So naturally involved in that there's a warmth, there's a close attentiveness. And start to become aware of the state of your physical body, the state of your energy, and the state of your mind. As you're doing this, see if you can simply utilize awareness. There's no reaction or any kind of action needed in light of those things that you're becoming aware of. And here, we just start to create a little bit of spaciousness mentally, where in a sense, you're kind of separating a little bit from body and mind, just so you can have a good look at it. Now from that perspective, a sense of spaciousness, it's a little easier to direct where your attention goes, how you refocus your mind and where you put it. So here, through the sense of spaciousness, become focused on your breath and in a sense, reintegrate back into the body, but now with much more focus and directionality of how to harness your energies. And here, it's simply the energy of your mind being focused onto your breath. Specifically, become aware of your belly space. Notice the movement of your breath there. And gently start to expand your breath. So move the breath more deeply down into your belly. Let it fill, let it rise or expand outwardly. Let your exhale start to slow down a little now. And then repeating in that cycle, taking the breath down into the belly, letting it naturally rise up into the chest. And the exhale again, slowing right down. Very simple breathing pattern here, just for a couple of rounds. Breathe in for 6 seconds, breathe out for 6 seconds. Very simple, but we're really creating a standard of the breath here, a boundary to the breath. You're getting a feel for the length, you're warming your diaphragm, your breathing muscle. And more than that, you're focusing now the energy of the body, the energy of the mind, into a focused place of the breath that's hoping to serve as a means of efficiency and steadiness throughout the practice. We'll just take a couple of more rounds like that, 6 in, 6 out. Now, on your next round, stop counting with the breath, but maintain the same kind of rhythm. So, you've got a feel for it, See if you can use it as a reference point for the rest of your practice. So, in a sense, this is the aspect that you're looking to maintain as the postures, as the mind, as your energy shifts and changes around that. So here's your point of continuity, your breath. Keep it rolling, keep it stable, keep it as a means to anchor your attention into your body. And let's go ahead and blink open the eyes as we come directly into cat-cow. So onto all fours, tabletop position, hands and knees. And once you've arrived on hands and knees, take an inhale to press the belly down, puff the chest forward and look up. And an exhale to round and arch up through your spine. And then you carry on just like that, getting a sense of synchronicity of movement and breath together. And now you keep on going, one breath to one movement. You've got a sense of coherence here now. Body, mind and breath all moving together. All of your energies are focused towards a common goal or a common movement. And as the mind starts to focus in towards the body more and more, it becomes more efficient. Less things that the mind is doing, or the less dissipated it is, naturally it comes into an efficiency, a focus, and with that a kind of reduction in kind of big ebbs and flows of the mind. And with that, steadiness, a sense of composure and peacefulness, just a sense of it. We'll take maybe one more round of cat-cow, dip and arch. And then returning to a neutral spine, go ahead and just sit down onto your heels. Raise the arms up towards the ceiling, nice and high. Exhale, twist to the right, half bind on the right arm, behind the lower back, left hand to the thigh to catch a hold. And then a little bit of leverage off that left hand, twisting. Now, keeping the left hand on the thigh, just raise the right hand up towards the ceiling and into a side bend. Leaning over to your left from there. Trying to keep the weight fairly even through your sitting bones on your feet. Just maybe one more big breath there. And then both arms raising up towards the ceiling for a moment. Exhale, twist to the left, half bind. Again, same thing, other side. And then a little turn back of the left shoulder. Nice deep breath there for one more. And into the side bend. So left arm raising up, over to the side, tilting. Again, even weight through the seat. Two more rib cage expanding breaths, staying integrated. And then very simple exit here, straight into downward facing dog, hands on the floor, tuck the toes, lift the hips up. And as you arrive in that down dog, maybe a little bit of movement. You could pedal out, sway the hips or shift a little side to side. Nice steady breaths continuing here. And using these initial postures as a means to bring emphasis to different areas of the body, and through that a sense of knowledge. So we take one more big breath here in down dog, and then walking the hands towards the back of the mat into a forward fold. Hands towards the feet, Uttanasana. A little bend in the knees might be super nice there, but really your choice what you do with your arms. You could let them dangle or catch opposite elbows above your head. We'll just take maybe two more breaths there. Again, a little bit of weight shifting around the feet. And then just one more long breath now. Now a deeper bend in the knees so you can roll up the spine all the way through to standing. Reach your arms at the top, up towards the ceiling, and then catch opposite elbows above your head, or just behind the head in fact. Belly pulls in again and into a side bend. So leaning to the left. Literally the hand pulls the elbow over a little here for one more breath, rib cage expanding breath. And back up through the center and onto the other side. Over to the right. One more steady breath. And then back through center. Raise the arms up towards the ceiling and gently folding forward all the way down towards the ground. And from there, walking the hands all the way out into plank position. Shoulders above your wrists, top of a push-up. Now really round and arch through your upper back. Bring emphasis there. Keep that every time you hit the high plank position. Now pull back into down dog, and we'll do that a few more times. Rolling forward into high plank, arching, rounding through the upper back. and the exhale takes you back into down dog. You just do 2 or 3 more on your own there, moving with your own breath, a means of anchoring your attention again deeper into the body. Body, mind and breath all moving together. Good. Maybe this time, good. Inhale through to high plank, shoulders above wrists. And then either with the knees or not, lower down through chaturanga until you hit the deck, all the way down flat onto the belly. Now take the hands off the side of the mat, up onto fingertips, roll through cobra. Inhale, chest lifts up. And the exhale takes the chest straight back down. Now really keep on going with your breath, but really point the legs or point the toes quite firmly here. So very active legs, thighs engage, butt slightly engages. And then a nice wave-like action through the spine. Let the breath carry the movement. Don't let the movement force the breath. Just take one more, lift and lower. And as the chest comes down, send the butt back to the heels into child's pose. And coming straight up into downward facing dog to follow that. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Nice easy walk to the top of the mat, feet towards the hands now. Feet to hip width apart. Halfway lift and flatten out your back. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to stand all the way up. Now keep the arms up and lift the heels up off the ground. Little toe stand, hold there. Hands to prayer at heart center now. Now going slow, we're going to mess with the balance a little bit. Try and interlace the hands behind your lower back. Take your time with that. Roll back the shoulders as you arrive. And then planting the heels down, fold forward. All the way in. Fist lifts up over the head. Maybe just 2 big breaths there, but really try and squeeze the shoulder blades together quite firmly. And good. Release. Hands to the floor. Now halfway lift, elongate the spine. Left hand on the floor, right hand to the ceiling for a twist. Big bend into the left knee, but we keep moving. Right hand down. Inhale, left hand up, straight onto the other side. And left hand down. Right hand comes up, twisting the other way. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, left hand up. And here we go. Left hand down, right hand up, and we pause there now. Half bind, wrap the right arm behind the lower back. Now, in this shape, lift the right ball of the foot up. So you're resting on your right heel, and then take the outside blade of your right foot. Yeah, other way around. Yeah, you got it. I know, a little tricky this one. It's pretty strong kind of forward fold there, especially through that hamstring of the right leg, the back of the leg. Just take one more big breath there. And then switch. Right hand down, inhale, left hand comes up. Half bind, left arm wraps up. Right hand grabs the outer blade of the left foot. Maybe that's just an option, that one gets quite strong from there. But again, the twist is happening, the left shoulder's peeling back, and the breath is running nice and smoothly. Maybe one more big breath there. And release. Left hand down. Halfway lift once again. Step back to plank position, shoulders above wrists. Now pause in that plank. Take the feet a little bit wider than what they are. Good. In this shape, lift a right big toe just off the ground. See if you can come up either onto left fingertips or reach the left hand straight forward. It's a little tricky. We're looking for body tension here. Right shoulder pushing, left thigh is working pretty hard for just one more breath. And we do it just once. Knee to elbow if you can. Curl it underneath your belly. I'm coming with you. And touch. Punch the arm and leg out, set both back down, back into down dog for just one moment, hips pull up and back. Now, here we go. High plank, come back into it, shoulders above wrists, other side, left big toe hovers, maybe right fingertips or reach the right hand forward, maybe 3 breaths there, holding. It's meant to be wobbly, let it wobble a little, one more big breath. Knee to elbow tap, you got it, punch it back out. Hand and foot down, drop the knees, lower all the way down till you're flat, all the way flat. You got it. Reach your arms back by your side now, arms straight, and inhale, chest and arms lift up. You got it. Exhale, lower. 2 more to go like that. Inhale, lifts the chest and arms, shoulders back. Exhale, lower. And same thing with the legs, nice and strong. Inhale, chest and arms lift. And exhale, release. Hands underneath the shoulders, either back through child's pose or up through plank. And into downward facing dog directly. Tuck the toes and lift the hips. And we'll go through just one round of full sun salutation. It could be called a fun salutation. So heels up, knees bend, look between your hands and walk, step or jump to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to fold in. Inhale to stand all the way up, reach up and stretch up. And then exhale, fold you straight back down, pull your belly in as you do that. Halfway lift, flat back. Step or jump back directly into chaturanga, half plank, bent elbows. Pull the chest through the arms, upward facing. And the exhale lifts the hips up into downward facing dog. Immediately from there, right leg raises up. Put a bend into the knee and peel the hip open. So really tilt it up. Just one big breath there, squeezing, lifting. And right knee to left elbow. Cross it underneath the body. Inhale, shoot the leg back up. Knee to the nose, pull it in tight, bring the shoulders way forward. Back up she goes. And touching the right arm as high as you can go. Inhale, shoot the leg back up, and then gently step the foot between the hands. Puff the chest forward on fingertips and into simple twist. Right hand raises up. Back leg super firm, very, very integrated with the back leg. Nice and lifted through the knee. And then 2 big breaths here more to turn the right shoulder back towards the ceiling. That's beautiful. One more big breath there. Now very basic movement here. Bring the right hand down and the back knee down. All the way. And then we just do that 2 more times. Right hand and back knee lift back up. Simple. Exhale, drop the both back down. You got it. Last one. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower down. Good. Chest and arms raise up now, low lunge, keeping the back knee on the floor. And in this shape, go ahead and eagle wrap the right arm underneath the left one, crossing at the elbows. In this shape, really squeeze your left glute on your butt cheek nice and tight first. Inhale, lift the elbows and the chest up towards the ceiling. Tiny little back bend as you arrive there. Maybe a touch of lunge on the hips, but not too much. Just take one more breath there. Now, you might want to tuck the back toes for this one, but as you exhale, straighten out through the front leg and curl the elbows in towards your ribs. And we do that 2 more times. Inhale, lunge into the front knee, elbows lift up. And exhale, rolling in as you straighten out. Last one, inhale, lift, little back bend, butt squeezes. This time, unwrap the arms, release them to the floor, half Hanuman. You might have to shift the front heel a little further forward so the hips stack above your back knee. But yeah, a little lift of the chest and then folding back in. A touch of softness through the neck and the shoulders there might be a nice little gesture to get just a touch deeper. You get through that first layer of tension of the body that is often being held unknowingly. So again, a sense of introspection, awareness on yourself as you're in the posture, making fine adjustments. One more breath now. Lovely. Little tricky here. Little lift of the chest. Bring the right hand inside your right shin. Turn your back shin out to the right. So you're going to turn your body to the left and lift the chest up for gate pose. Chest comes all the way up, arms raise up. Right hand to right knee. Left hand up and over into a side bend. And really, in this shape, squeeze your butt. Almost like you're trying to press the pelvis forward here. Chest lifting, belly in. Maybe just one more breath now. Now as you lift the chest back up through the center, bring the left hand down to the floor towards the back of your mat. Ground your right foot so the foot spins down, right hand up. Now do your best with this one. Lift the left knee off the ground and touch it in towards the elbow. Hold it in, squeeze it in, heel to butt as well. Keep this shape with the knee. We flip this into wild thing. Right hand down, hips turn over, left foot steps outside the mat behind the leg. Chest turns and lifts. Now go slow in this transition and stick with me. As you come out of this, left hand down, left knee taps left elbow. Boom. Shoot the leg back, 3-leg dog, lift the hips up, and then step to a squat. Left foot outside the left hand, right foot outside the right hand, sit the butt down, chest up, hands to prayer. Just 2 big breaths here, but belly tight, chest lifting, shoulders back. One more breath now. And hands on the floor, step or jump back through to chaturanga, half plank and into a flow. Up dog. And then find down dog, hips up and back. Immediately from there, left leg raises up. Put a bend into the knee and peel the hip open. 2 big breaths, squeezing and lifting the knee. And left knee taps right elbow underneath the body. Inhale, shoot the leg back up. Knee to the nose, pull it in tight. Back up she goes. Over to the left arm as high as you can go. Inhale, back up, and then stepping the foot in between the hands. Good. Puff the chest forward, fingertips, and left hand raises up, simple twist. Hold there. So get the initial moments of this, strengthening through the back leg, trying not to let the right hip drop down, as you twist a little deeper for maybe 1 or 2 more breaths. And then very basic movement. Left hand down, back knee down. Inhale, lift both back up, straightening through the back leg. Exhale, release, hand and knee down. Last one. Inhale, lift, tighten. And exhale, back down. Good. Low lunge, chest and arms raise up. Beautiful. In this shape, make sure the right butt is squeezing tight. Hold there for a brief moment, making sure that that is secure and belly pulls in. And from there, finding an eagle wrap on the arms. Left arm underneath the right one. And just take a sec, make sure that glute is tight, and then inhale, elbows lift up, little back bend. And exhale, curl elbows to belly, straighten through the front leg. 2 to go. Inhale, lunge, lift the elbows. Exhale, straighten through the front leg, rolling the elbows in. Last one, inhale, lunge. This time as you fold, release the arms to the floor, half Hanuman, lifting the toes. Releasing the head maybe, but yeah, little half lift, and then elongating through the lower back to then fold back in. Trying to find nice steady breaths here. Smooth it out. Exhalation becomes a big focus. Smooth it out, slow it down. You know that you're focusing your energies into the posture. You're doing as much as you can to assist yourself within it. With a sense of perspective and introspection, awareness of your body within it. Good. One more big breath now. All right, we get a little tricky, huh? Left hand inside the left leg, and then turning the back shin to your left, then lift the chest, and your body will face to the right, so you'll open out. Left toes can lift up, or they can ground down, but arms raise up first. Left hand, left knee, bending over to the side, to the left. Again, little squeeze in the butt so the pelvis might press forward a touch. A couple big rib cage expanding breaths. Stick with this one, a little bit of effort, no doubt. One more big breath. And then lifting the chest back up. Right hand down onto the floor at the original top of the mat. Now, left foot's grounded hard, right? Right knee lifts up to pin in towards the elbow. Hold it in, pin it in, hold, hold, hold. 2 more big breaths there. And then left hand down, flip this into wild thing. Rotating, turning the hips up towards the ceiling, chest presses up, butt squeezes in wild thing. Maybe an extra little tilt back on the top shoulder there. 2 more breaths, nice and slow. All right, nice fluid movement here. Right hand down, right knee taps right elbow. 1 movement. Good. 3-leg dog, shoot the leg back up, and then step to a squat. Right foot outside right hand, left foot outside left hand. Sit the butt down, chest up, hands to prayer. Good. 2 big breaths there. Shoulders back, belly in. Hands on the floor. Step or jump back into chaturanga, half plank. Pull the chest through the arms, upward facing, and into downward facing dog, hips up and back. Straight away, right leg raises up. Put a bend into the knee and peel the hip open. Exhale, step the foot between your hands. Crescent lunge, chest and arms raise up. Good. In this shape, eagle wrap your arms. Right arm underneath the left one, just like we did before. A little bit more balance required, right? So left butt cheek squeezes, just twice. Inhale, lift the elbows, little back bend at the top. Keep the bend in the front knee. Roll the elbows in towards your belly. Last one, butt stays tight. Inhale, lunge, lift, little back bend. And exhale, curling in. This time as you lift up, unwrap the arms, straighten through the front leg. It's a little wobbly, but take your time to fold forward into pyramid pose. Probably have to shorten up the stance when you get there, little half step in. Your choice what you do with the back heel. You could lift it, you could ground it. Whichever way you're going to go with it, emphasize that direction. If you're going to lift it up, lift it way up. If you're going to drop it down, drive it right down. Soften the jaw, soften the neck now. Settle into the breath. You've got your shape, you've got your mechanics. Leave it as it is. Presence through the breath. Just 2 to go now. All right. Runner's lunge. Walk the hands forward. Now, coming towards Cleopatra, slide the left hand a little further forward, then turn to your right, pivoting onto the outside blade of both feet, and then in this shape, we pulse just twice. Inhale, lift the hips, sweep the right hand up over the head, and exhale, sink the hips back down. Last one, up and over. Exhale, sink back down. Now, this time as you lift the hips, step the right leg back up and over the left leg for Wild Thing once again. Turn the hips, lift the chest, just 2 big breaths there. Breathe with it. Now, take your time and try and go slow, but 1 big step, right foot to the top of the mat for Warrior 2. Spin the back heel down, windmill the arms up and open. Flip your front palm, we keep moving. Reverse it. And now as you reach forward, straighten out through your front leg. Right hand down, left hand up. Trikonasana. Heel to heel alignment. Back leg is fairly strong, so thigh on, butt on. Belly pulls in, and then a little turn of the chest up towards the ceiling there. We take maybe 3 more steady breaths. Keeping them nice and slow. And keeping the belly strong, legs strong. Inhale, stand up. Flip the front palm for the ceiling, up and back. And then as you come back through Warrior 2, interlace hands behind the lower back. We've got to rejig the feet. Humble Warrior. Heel to the front foot out a little to the right. Turn the back toes in. Chest lifts up. Shoulders back. And then bow forward inside the right leg. Yeah. Hands lift right up. Now, try and settle into this posture. It's a kind of unsettling posture, no doubt, for a lot of us. See if you can direct all of your energies into your breath and make an impact on the posture. Maybe 2 more here, nice and slow. Super deep breath. Good, good, good. And hands on the floor. Simply turn to your left, to the side of the mat, turning the front toes in. Wide-legged forward fold kind of position, but we're going to keep moving. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands on your hips and pull your belly in. And then with that kind of strength in the belly, stand all the way up. As you get there, heels in, toes out. And then sit the butt down into a goddess squat, keeping the hands on the hips. Now, we're going to do a little bit of work here. So drive the knees out, keep the belly in, reach your arms straight out in front of you, palms facing each other. And now start to bow the chest down, folding at the hips, reaching out as far as you can. So the butt's got to go back as the arms reach forward. And then try not to drop too low in this. In fact, I'm sure you can't. And then keeping the chest extending forward, try and settle your breath, but drive the knees out. This is a little bit of work. You just got 1 more big breath. Inhale, standing up, reach the arms up. Nicely done. Turn the toes in now. Toes in and fold back into the forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana, halfway lift, lengthen. Fold back in, and then from there, variations welcome, including inversions if it's there for you. Maybe you're grabbing the back of the heels with the hands, but kind of a short hold, maybe 3 more big breaths. A little bit of pull of the belly here, keep it in. And maybe just 1 more long breath now. Nicely done. Halfway lift, lengthen out your spine. Walk your hands to the back of the mat and into runner's lunge. Back of the mat to the left. Left side, you got it. I know, where's the back? Crescent lunge from there, chest and arms raise up. Reaching up. And then in 1 movement, hands to prayer, right knee to the chest, up and in. And into figure 4. So right ankle on the left knee. Now, we're not staying here for too long. We're going to use it as a bit of a transition. Now, wherever you're at, catch a hold of your right big toe with your first 3 right fingers. Now, as you stand up, kick the leg out to your right side. Doesn't matter if there's a bend in the knee, or you could kick out straight. But keep the belly in, left butt cheek squeezing, and maybe when you're ready, left hand comes up or out to the side. Certainly can stay on the hip. You've got just 2 more big breaths. Now, keeping that leg out to the side, nice and slowly, bend the knee. Hands to prayer. Hinge the chest forward. Kick the leg back. Set the foot down. Runner's lunge. 3-leg dog. Left leg lifts up and out. High plank. Keep the heel lifted into chaturanga half plank. Bend at the elbows. Pull the chest through the arms. Up dog. And into downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Lovely. 2 more big breaths in dog. Settling the heels. Lifting the hips. And left leg raises up. Put a bend into the knee, peel the hip open, and stepping through for crescent lunge. Foot steps up, chest and arms raise up. You've got an eagle wrap on the arms, left arm underneath the right one. 2 times. Inhale, lift the elbows, little back bend at the top. And exhale, curl elbows to belly. Keep the belly tight. You got it. Last one, lifting. Exhale, rolling in. This time as you lift, unwrap the arms, reach up, straighten through the front leg, and then gently folding into pyramid pose there. Relaxing through the head, the neck, the shoulders, just a touch. And just in the stance, but belly pulls in. It's almost like you're trying to stick your tailbone up a touch. I'm going to take maybe 3 more elongated breaths there. Alrighty. Walking the hands forward into runner's lunge, bending into the front knee. Right hand moves forward for Cleopatra. Turn to your left, let the knee drop out to the side. And as you arrive there, we pulse. Inhale, lift the hips, sweep the arm up over the head. Exhale, sink back down. Last one, inhale, up and over. And exhale, back down. Now this time as you use the lift of the hips, wild thing. Left foot steps back, up and over the right. Turn the hips, lift the chest. Big puff up there. 2 more breaths as you are. And then in one nice big step, left foot between your hands, finding warrior 2. Windmill the arms up and open, straight away. Left hand reaches up and back, reverse. And now as you reach forward, straighten through the front leg and into triangle. Left hand down, right hand up. Again, the legs nice and strong here. And maybe just 2 more big breaths there. And inhale, stand, flip the front palm for the ceiling, up and back, reverse the shape. And then back into warrior 2 to find a little rejig for humble warrior. Interlace hands behind the lower back, heel toe the front foot out, back toes turn in, chest lifts up, and exhale, bow forward inside the front leg. But really keep the back leg quite tight, thigh working, front knee gently nudging out to the left. You got a couple of breaths. We want to build this one a little bit. So there's some resilience building in here, but really direct your breath into a nice stable state. 2 more. Hands on the floor, inside the front leg, turn to your right, so the side of your mat, and then halfway lift, hands to the hips, belly tight, stand all the way up from there. Heels in, toes out. Heels in, toes out. Sit the butt down, goddess. And now reach your arms straight out in front of you, palms facing each other. Now bow forward from the hip, keeping the knees out, so the butt goes back a little as the chest comes down, but think from your butt to your head is flat and parallel to the floor. Keep the knees out. Just got 2 more breaths. Again, we want it to get to that point where it's a little bit of effort. Good. Inhale, stand, reach up, stretch up. Toes turn in, heels turn out, and then folding forward. You got it all the way down. Now just another 3-4 breaths here. Again, not too long, but a little bit of weight in the toes. A little bit of weight in the toes. Belly pulls in. Good. Just 2 breaths remaining here. Good. All right, halfway lift. Walk the hands to the right. That's the original top of the mat for you. And then crescent lunge, chest and arms raise up. In one movement, hands to prayer, left knee to the chest, up and in. And then figure 4, right ankle, left knee. So it's more of a transition, so don't worry about the fold so much here. So grab a hold of your left big toe with the first 3 fingers. Now, as you stand up, go slow. Pull the belly in, left leg out to the left, and keep a bend in the knee, or maybe the leg kicks out straight. Either is good. Play with the right arm, side, hip, as you wish. Belly in though. 2 more breaths. Now keeping the foot pretty much where it is, release the hand. Now bend the knee and draw the heel in. Hinge the chest forward. Kick the leg back. Hands to the floor. Beautiful transition. Runner's lunge. Good. 3-leg dog to follow. Left leg up and out. Bend the knee. Peel the hip open. And then here we go. Straighten the leg back out. High plank to half plank chaturanga, 3-leg flow. Up dog finds down dog. Beautiful. And then come into a squat, heels up, knees bend, walk, step or jump outside of your hands. From there, a little bit of crow play if you like to, but be conservative with it. We're going to go somewhere with all this preparation that we've created. So hands on the floor. If it's crow, hips and heels lift up. If you're not feeling it, stay in the squat. be there. In crow, hips and heels lift, so your center of gravity comes up. And then as you bend the elbows, the knees drive hard into the upper arms. Maybe you start to shift a little more weight forward into the fingers. Chest comes down, but hips lift up, and then maybe the feet lift via weight distribution into the hand. That's it, yeah, it's a decent hold. One more breath wherever you're at. Either coming back to the squat or taking a flow, up to you with what you want to do with it. But when you're ready, head back to the top of the mat. Now, I'm just going to break some things down for you here a little bit, but we're going to practice something called Bhujapidasana or Titibhasana. It's an arm balance, but it's kind of a safe arm balance in a sense where there's no chance of you falling flat on your face, which is most of the arm balances that are out there. So we can give this one a go. I'll go through maybe once with Sash, and then we'll go through again sort of live in real time. So here, start with a standing position at the top of your mat, maybe middle of your mat, whatever, and feet quite wide. So if you turn that way, I'm going to turn this way, so you get two angles. And then first step is to bring the shoulders as far inside the legs as you possibly can. So obviously that's quite challenging as it is. It's a pretty deep forward fold, requires a lot of openness through the shoulders and the hips as well. So here's the next trick. Once you get the shoulders inside the leg, you've got to clamp those knees in. You essentially want the knees as high up the arms as you possibly can. So around the shoulder would be perfect. From there, the hands come to the floor, but the fingers face forward. Fingers forward. Now here's the tricky part. As you sit down onto your bent elbows, slightly bent elbows, you've got to keep the knees clamping. And as the chest lifts up, maybe the feet come off the ground. So, very nice, Sash. We'll have another go at it, and I'll guide you through maybe a little bit quicker this time. Top of the mat. Feet nice and wide. One shoulder dives in, the other shoulder dives in. So already the back is quite rounded. And then from here, I can't stress it enough, clamp the knees in and keep them clamping. As you bend your elbows, setting the hands down, sit down onto your elbows and think about lifting the chest. Lifting the chest, but those knees have got to clamp still. Maybe two more breaths wherever you're at. You know, if you fall out, it's just your bum, right? One more breath. And then nice gentle exit, however you like to, probably down onto your butt. Take a flow or anything else that's going to feel nice, whatever that means to you. Yeah, a seated child's pose is a real good idea. We'll just let the breathing settle for a moment. As you're ready, however, we will come to a seated position with the legs out in front of us. Now arriving there in the seat, briefly through reverse tabletop, just to kind of do the opposite for the hips. But hands just behind the hips, fingers can face forward or out to the side. They could face back, but it gets pretty strong there. Feet on the ground, hip width apart, shoulders roll back, and then scoop the hips up to lift and really squeeze the butt here. And chest tries to pop up through the shoulders for just two more big breaths. And plonk the butt down nice and slow. From there, extend both legs out in front of you and then take them out nice and wide through the legs. Chest lifts up, belly lifts up a little bit, and then try and push your belly button forward, not down, forward, to then enter into the fold. So as you're ready, bowing in, keeping the toes lifted, a little bit of squeeze in the thighs here, and nice steady breaths as well. Letting your heart rate settle a little, but via your breath. So you're really dictating the way that your heart rate goes here. You've got an opportunity to, nothing really dynamic about this. Very little coordination and balance needed through the body, so much more attention is freed up to be even extra sensitive. Especially in these cool down, sort of stretchy kind of postures. You've got a real opportunity for intimacy with your body. Too often the tendency is to fill up the mind with all sorts of other things. Stay immersed in your body here. Stay attentive, as mundane as that information might seem. Keep a simplicity of mind here. About 3 or 4 more breaths. And inhale, chest lifts up. And go ahead and bring the soles of the feet to touch into Baddha Konasana. We can try Baddha Konasana in a much more active way than you might be used to. So in this shape, lift up the chest, bring the soles of the feet to touch, and then actually press the heels together and squeeze your butt. And you'll notice, you could probably see me, that the knees come out a little bit further, being active through the hips. So chest lifts up from there, keeping that activity, and then folding forward any amount. Now, the squeeze at the heels and the squeeze of the butt doesn't need to be 100%. Go for like 50. So it's kind of, in a way, it feels like it's just engaging, just engaging. Let your breath carry you in the rest of the way, softening your jaw, softening your eyes. And just one more deep breath there now. And inhale, chest lifts up. Go ahead and draw the knees together, grabbing a hold of your knees with your hands, and then rolling straight down onto your back. As you arrive on your back, do anything that feels nice for a moment, but we'll come through a couple of rounds of bridge pose to follow. So once you're ready, feet on the ground, hip width apart, and then tilt the tailbone up to lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Squeezing the butt as you arrive, and the back of the heart starts to lift up as well. Now, you could take wheel this round, you might like to take it next round, or even not at all. But keep the glutes squeezing here. Either way, I'm going to take maybe 3 more breaths in this one, keeping the breath nice and rhythmic, so keeping that smoothness, especially in the back bend. And on your exhalation, gently ease the hips down to the ground, nice and slow. And dropping the knees from side to side from there, left to right. And here we go, one more round. We pretty much jump straight into it. So feet on the ground. Tilt the tailbone up and lift the hips up towards the ceiling, holding that. Now maybe this round you interlace the hands underneath your lower back and keeping the butt tight, not letting the knees fall out to the side. Or alternatively, wheel. You bring your hands next to the ears, press the chest up and back from there. And whether you're in wheel or bridge, try and keep your feet pointing forward. Tailbone trying to tilt to the space between the knees. Chest pushing through the arms. 2 more smooth breaths there. Keep the exhale nice and gentle. And release. Wheels come down through bridge, shoulders, then hips, hit the deck. And dropping the knees from side to side, left to right there. A couple times. And then an eagle wrap on your legs. Right leg wraps over the left one. And dropping the legs down to the left into a twist. Right shoulder sinking. And we'll stay for just a few nice, long, easy breaths here. And inhale, back up through to center with the legs. Left leg wraps over the right one. And legs over to the right into the twist. Left shoulder sinking down as you get there. Again, concentrating on the exhalation, which is so easy to let go of in a twist. No tension through the jaw. Couple more breaths. And good. Exiting the posture, lifting the legs back up, either taking happy baby or really anything else you feel you need to finish off your practice. An inversion might be nice here, legs up the wall pose or something like that. You could even take legs up the wall pose into Shavasana if you wanted to at home, that's cool. Otherwise, once you're ready, please, let's come down into Shavasana. Lay flat, legs extend. Once you arrive in Shavasana, take a nice long deep breath in, releasing breath out, Pay attention to the body starting to get into a deeper state of relaxation. But be aware of those sensations. Familiarize yourself with that. Get to know what rest and stillness feels like. They're synonymous with peacefulness. But more than that, notice here how post-practice, especially in the Shavasana period, there's a certain accessibility to this spaciousness of mind, a spaciousness in body. And it's a wonderful opportunity to just have a perspective on yourself. Don't need to do anything with it, but just watch. It's a break from intensity. It's a break from needing to do something. There's great value in learning to be still and utilizing that. Let the body rest here. Give yourself as much time as you possibly can in this position. I love you and leave you. Pleasure and an honor, as always. Namaste.